Hello everyone, it's time for Wembley. Hi guys, welcome. This is my AW All-In number 2 from Wembley Stadium preview and predictions show episode, whatever you want to call it. Yes, I will be going to... Let me get on there. There we go. I will be going to see those guys, what are we on now? In a couple of weeks' time. This is dropping probably about a week before All In on Sunday the 25th. So yeah, I'm recording it like 2 weeks before, so it's like 13 days to go now or whatever. In fact, this time in 2 weeks, I will actually be in said stadium. Anyway, yeah, I can't believe how quickly it's come round. Really looking forward to it. Travelling from Leeds on the day, on the wonderful coach. Unfortunately, seeing as all the Network Rail routes from Leeds are out. Thank you very much, Network Rail, for that one. Yeah, hopefully should be there about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Going to drop my bags off, and then get to Wembley Stadium to watch some good old-fashioned pro wrestling. Really looking forward to it. With that being said, let's go through the card, shall we? So, as I said, I'm recording this with like 2 weeks to go as opposed to a week before. So I'm actually going to miss this coming Wednesday's Dynamo because I'm away with the family on a holiday. Funnily enough, in London again. Don't ask, we've got a very strange family. So I don't know what's going to be happening with the remaining matches that are going to be added. Who's actually going to be in the battle right? Well, the gauntlet match. We've heard rumours that Hangman's going to be in it. Don't know what's going on, if there's going to be extra matches for Okada, who's going to face Young Bucks. Yes, there's a couple of things to be ironed out, but we know 5 or 6 of the matches so far, so I'll just run them through with you. So on 0 Hour, we have Ibushi, Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. I'm going to start off with a negative. Not so much for Stat because she's been injured. No comment on her because she's a fantastic wrestler. All the other 2 lads involved, especially Ibushi. I'm very disappointed Willow Nightingale isn't in the isn't on the main card because she's going to be on 0 Hour. I think if anyone's worked her backside off this year more than Willow, you'll be doing very well. I think she was outstanding in the Mercedes program, and she's been dropped into this feud with Stat, and they just don't seem to have I don't know, really highlighted it on Dynamite at all, to be honest. I mean, I have missed a couple again because I've been away here and there, but I have generally watched most of them this year. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with the way she's been treated, to be honest. I think she really deserved to be on the main card. I mean, I don't know. I mean, surely she could have been in the opener. I don't know if you can drop one of the lads' matches down, because to be fair to Tony and everyone else, they've got AW's roster is stacked. I mean, arguably, I don't want to start the whole debate because I watch both, so please don't kill me. It's arguably better than WWE's roster. In fact, I think it probably is for pure quality. So you can't fit them all in, unfortunately. But if there's one person that I think deserved to be on the main card, it was Willow. But yeah, with that being said, to end the feud, I'm going to go with Willow to pick up the W, and hopefully she'll be moving on to bigger and better things in the near future. So yeah, moving on then, I'm just going to run through the matches that haven't been quite confirmed, but are like 95% confirmed, you know what's going to happen. So you've got the Young Bucks, as of the time of recording, are waiting for their challengers. So FTR are waiting to see who is going to win out of the Bucks versus the Acclaimed. Now, I know you can get face-on-face tag matches and all well and good. I can't see them not rerunning last year's main event, especially with the 2, arguably for me, best 2 tag teams in the world. No offence to the Acclaimed, I'm sure they'll make it onto the card. Perhaps they'll end up in the gauntlet match themselves. Or maybe they even split up this week on Dynamite. Who knows? No idea. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Bucks versus FTR. I think they will probably play up on a certain instance that happened at Wembley last year without wishing to go over old grounds all over again. And that'll be part of the build. And then I think they will probably... I mean, FTR won it last year, so I'm going to go with the Bucks to retain on this occasion and like maybe carry on the whole Elite versus AEW storyline, which kind of nosedived off a cliff recently, so they could do with like injecting a little bit of speed back into that. So yeah, so for the first match on the card, I don't know what the order's going to be, obviously, but I'm going to go with the Young Bucks to defeat FTR to retain the tag team titles. So the Casino Gauntlet match is really interesting. So as I say, I'm going to miss the episode of Dynamite, so there'll probably be a bit of clarification on this. But it's been announced that whoever wins the Gauntlet match is going to be going on to face the winner of the Bryan Danielson Swerve Strickland match. Now, this is probably going to give away one of my predictions, but there's only one person that I can see winning that, and it's Hangman Adam Page. Because, yeah, to give away my prediction, I think he'll want revenge on Swerve, which I think is probably what they're leading to. Now, in terms of surprises and who's going to be in it, I've just written down a few names. Okada, pretty appallingly, hasn't actually been given a singles match as of yet. And I mean, again, for me, I love AEW, but I have criticised a few of the decisions in recent times. And for me, Okada needs to be in a headline match. And the fact that he isn't is bit of a ridiculous oversight, to be honest, for me. So, like I said, the quality of the match cards, the further up you go, obviously it's difficult, but you've got to get someone like Okada into one of the semi-main events for me. So I think he'll be, unless he's announced in a match, I think he's going to be in the Gauntlet match. So he's maybe got a chance. Just for the British crowd, I think Pac will be in it, Zack Knight will be in it, Tommy Billington will be in it, Roosh, Orange Cassidy hasn't even been put in a match just yet, so I would have thought he'll be in it, unless any of these are going to be any prelim matches, because last year I walked in with, I think it was an hour to spare, and I think there'd already been a match. I think Rusev had beaten someone. Let me know in the comments, because I never actually found out who that was, to be honest. It's a year later, basically. So, and then Jeff Jarrett was in a tag match, I think. No, he wasn't in a match. He had started a segment with the Big Show, I think. Something along those lines. But yeah, unless he's in a prelim match, which, I mean, Okada should not be in a prelim match in a month for Sundays, obviously, goes without saying. Yeah, obviously Jericho's not been put in anything yet. So, I mean, to be fair, I mean, it could be a pretty decent match. I mean, I don't know how many people they're planning on running the gauntlet, but I mean, if it's like 5 or 6, 7, I mean, there's some big names that still haven't been mentioned yet. So, I mean, it could well be Jericho, and maybe there's some spots where Hook comes out and attacks him to get him out, or you can basically use it as a feud starter or feud ender. And then obviously there's a big question about Adam Cole. Is he fit? Is he not fit? I mean, I've heard Meltzer was on the other day, I think, basically saying that he's not fit, but he's not a million miles away from being so. So maybe he's in that. I don't know. But yeah, without knowing anything about the match, I'm going to go for Hangman Adam Page to win the Casino Gauntlet match and face a certain person going from there. And then you've also got happened with what's going to happen with the patriarchy, because Christian Cage screwed over the Bang Bang Gang and also the House of Black on the same show. So I'm just thinking that might end up being a triple threat match. Maybe Christopher Daniels uses his power and makes it a triple threat for Christian being a moron, basically. And it's not been the best build up to that one, so I'm going to go with the patriarchy to retain, because obviously there's a bit of English interest in there, and to keep the trios titles. Okay, so now we're on to the main card. So One of the most intriguing matches for me that I'm actually really looking forward to, but not just for the match quality, in terms of how they present it, shall we say, is going to be Darby Allin versus Jack Perry for the title. I'm just wondering with Tony not let's put this point, not adverse to fanning the flames here and there and reminding people of certain things. I'm just wondering if we see a very strange spot involving a car and some form of glass. Kind of hoping I'm wrong, because I'm kind of hoping that whole thing's just been forgotten about now, but I don't think it's ever going to be forgotten by anyone. But yeah, I'm going to go with like some sort of ridiculous spot where maybe Jack Perry thinks, well, everyone thinks he's going to go through the glass, but Darby Allin goes through some kind of glass or something. I'm fairly sure they were references, which is a shame, because I don't think either lad should that should be the main focus of the match. I'm really looking forward to it as a pure wrestling match. I'm going to go with a bit of a surprise. I'm going to go with Darby Allin to become the new champion, and Jack Perry to lose his title. Not based on anything, I just think it'll be a big pop for the crowd. So yeah, I'm going to go with Darby Allin to get the W. So yeah, the ladies' matches, Mercedes Moné with now Camille against Dr. Britt Baker. It's a tough one, this. It's been made a bit tougher by all this weird backstage dirt sheet stuff going on about the Doctor and a certain American champion at the minute, which I know a lot of wrestling fans are interested in it, and I am to a certain extent, but I've never been a dirt sheet guy. I want in the room before whatever is alleged to have taken place between MJF's missus and Britt Baker, and unless you were there, you don't need to be making comments on it. The whole Britt Baker thing's a bit weird, because she was like University Loves, and I don't know what's happened over the course of the last 6-7 months, but like people are just being, I mean, if you don't like the girl, you don't like the girl, fair enough, but people are just being like super bang out of order to her, to be honest, at the minute. So Thunder Rosa kind of had the same thing a little bit, and yeah, it's a bit weird, to be honest. But back to the match. It's one of the ones I'm really looking forward to. I suspect this might be in your last 2 or 3 matches of the night, because I think they'll drag this feud out a little bit longer, because they are the top 2 women in AEW. Special mention to Tony, obviously, but that's your top 3 women. But I think they drag this out until not far off the end of the year and just try and make as much money off it as possible. With that being said, I'm going to go with Mercedes to beat Britt Baker after outside interference from Camille. And then they can sort of sidetrack that story. Maybe Camille just keeps interfering with Britt Baker's matches. Maybe she has to take her out, and it has to be a steel cage match or a street fight or something to end the feud. But yeah, I'm going to go with Mercedes to get the W and retain her title. Toni Storm. Yes, Toni Storm against England's Mariah May. I'm not sure how they're going to play this, to be honest. Mariah is the hometown, I don't know if she's hometown, I don't know where she's from in England, to be honest, but she's the home country girl, basically, against Timeless Toni. I've picked quite a few heels already on these predictions, but I don't know. I've just got a feeling that Mariah May might win, and then they might have Toni chasing for a while. I mean, the feud's been really good. I mean, if you haven't seen the attack that Mariah did on Toni, go back and watch it, because it was masterful, just in the way that Toni sold it, cadence of what they were talking about, Mariah being an absolute psychopath. It was one of the best segments that I've seen this year by an absolute mile. That both ladies were absolutely fantastic. Toni Storm's promos and Mariah's promos recently have been great, absolutely brilliant. So I'm expecting a full blooded, ferocious match. And yeah, I don't know why. I just think Mariah might go over. Yeah, Mariah to go over on Toni Storm, and then Toni to be chasing the belt back for the next few months. So I'll do the what I think is going to be the main event and the semi-main events, the Americans would say. So I'm going to MJF versus Will Ospreay. I'm going to go with as the semi-main event because I'm a traditionalist. I know it's England, and I would have liked Will to have been in the actual main event as the world champion, which I think we all thought was going to happen, but he's not. This is where we're at. And I think you should always have the champion be the top of the card, personally, for me. Yeah, MJF versus Will Ospreay. It's not what I think we thought we were going to get, but it's still an outstanding match, no less. The last match those two had was one of the best pro wrestling matches I've seen for 10 years. Absolutely fantastic, amazing. I think Will go over, and I think he will get the international title back. It wouldn't surprise me if they retitle the British title, and they might have some sort of weird thing where they just keep retitling the belt and keep taking it the belt of each other, because currently it's the American Championship. Yeah, I think Will goes over. I think this will be a fantastic match. I mean, these two for me are the best two wrestlers in the world at the moment. Easy, hands down. And that's a hell of a thing to say, but I just think they're both outstanding. I just wonder about the finish of the match. I think I can definitely see some outside interference, but I think it might be on MJF's part this time. So my two suspects, if I can say the word, I think Daniel Garcia, because there's been all these rumours about him signing his contract, or maybe Adam Cole comes back after MJF puts him on the shelf and he comes back and works his face. The other thing I was thinking, if there's going to be a screw job on Ospreay, is maybe Prince Puma, otherwise known as Ricochet, debuts and maybe attacks Ospreay, just because Will's been mentioning him so much. I definitely think something funky is going to go down, but before any sort of screw job happens, I think this will be the match of the night, and I think it's going to be outstanding. But I'm going to go with Ospreay to get the dub over Maxwell Jacob Freeman. And just to end up with quickly, Swerve versus Bryan Danielson. I mean, I hope I'm wrong about this because I'm a massive Swerve fan, but just have Bryan's entire wrestling career ended in one night, and also to the Americans, a foreign country. I mean, England's not exactly a foreign country, but still, you get what I mean. And it not to be on American soil, it seems a bit fanciful to me. I mean, I could be massively wrong. Maybe Bryan wants to put Swerve over to the point and give him that legacy that Swerve was talking about, just to legitimise me even further. Not that Swerve needs to legitimise him, because he's one of the best pro wrestlers in the world. Absolutely fantastic. I think he's done a great job with the belt. The opponents they've given him could have been maybe a little bit not better, but maybe a few more quality storylines going into each match wouldn't have helped. Yeah, for that reason, I'm going to go with Bryan Danielson to become the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. And randomly, because I don't know if they're doing All Out a week again late like they did last year, I'm going to go with Bryan to win the title at Wembley, have his big moment, last big moment, and I'm going to go with Swerve to win it back like literally a week later, basically. And then someone screws over Bryan Danielson, and then that's his last big feud with whoever that's going to be, whether it be Hangman or whoever else. Who knows? But yeah, that's the end of my predictions. So yeah, Bryan Danielson is your new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. And just to end, do I think we'll see some surprises on the card? There's 2 out of 3 I could definitely see happening. I think Kenny Omega will be there. I don't think he'll necessarily be involved, but I think he might be involved in maybe screwing someone over, like maybe the Elite or Okada, because Okada's your big money match with Omega, bearing in mind he's been quote-unquote removed from the exec vice president position. Maybe he starts a feud with Okada, maybe he screws the Young Bucks over, I don't know. But I think Kenny will be there in some shape or form. I don't think Adam Copeland will be there, unfortunately, which I'm a bit gutted about. Maybe he comes over and, I don't know, does something or other, who knows. Does Ricochet Prince Puma debut? I'm inclined to say no, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if he does. Wouldn't be surprised at all. Hopefully not screwing Ospreay over, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I reckon we'll get 2 debuts. And the rumours going around about a certain man, otherwise known as Miss Rebecca Quinn. I'd be astonished if those rumours are true. To be honest, I think it's just a straight contract negotiation between her and WWE. I don't think she's retired at all, to be honest. And I think she's just going to have a chill out for a bit. And I think she will probably return, perhaps Royal Rumble time for WWE. Could I be wrong? I very much doubt it, but I do not see Rebecca Quinn, i.e. Becky Lynch, debuting for AEW at Wembley Stadium. But that would be really awesome if she did, to be honest. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, guys, that's my preview and predictions. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see all you guys down there. Thank you for all the AEW fans who interact with me on the Twitter machine and IG. Just to let you all know, I'm going to be doing, obviously if you watch my channel on YouTube, I'm going to be getting as many shorts as I possibly can do. I'm going to try and live stream a couple if I'm allowed on IG. I will be doing a post-match vlog about what's just happened, and I'll be doing a full vlog of the whole weekend in the early hours of Monday morning from my secret location hotel in London, where after the match I intend on getting slightly merry, as you do when you're a wrestling fan. I'm going to have a few beers, and it's going to be awesome. I'm really, really looking forward to it. So if you see me down there, don't be a stranger. Come and say hi. Yeah, and from Leeds, I will see you guys at Wembley Stadium in about 13 days' time. Take care.